For day 11 today of our Express Yoga practice. So today I want to do something a little bit fun. We're going to do a balancing pose. So this is called crow pose. So we'll do some preparation to get into this one, but I'll just show you so you know what we're up for today. You have your hands down like so, and then use your elbows like a shelf. Lift those legs up, coming into a nice balancing pose there. So a bit of shoulder strength today. We use our core. We get our hips in the game by bringing those legs up. So we'll do a few different exercises to prepare for that one, and hopefully we can have a nice crow flying off into the sunset by the end of the 15 minutes. Okay. So let's just come to a standing position here. We're going to do our warm-ups. So rotating the wrists. Just making sure my microphone's on. Rotating the wrists here. I've done that before. The other way. So it's really important to get that warmth through the wrists today, because we're going to really do that pushing action away from the ground. Alright, the ankles. Moving in one direction and then the other. Change over to the other side. And then rotate in the other direction. Knees clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And to the other side here, clockwise and anti-clockwise. And then our shoulders, really want you to swing those arms around. Really paying attention to the joint here, going in the opposite direction. Moving that warmth through the area. Okay, just give yourself a little bit of a shrug. Backwards and forwards. And the one I want you to do is just hook the right arm underneath, the left arm comes across. Get that stretch over the shoulder, but also the biceps as well. Because once again, we really use this muscle to push ourselves up. Okay, and as we've been doing pretty standard with our practice, I want to do a couple of rounds of sun salutations, just to warm the body right up from toes to head. So just nice and quickly, inhale, arms up, back bend, exhale down towards the toes, stepping back into a plank, lowering all the way down here, we'll do our Ashtanga style one, coming on up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Get stretched through the hamstrings and calves here. Stepping on up in between the hands. Alright, coming on all the way up with the arms and then hands down through the sides as well. I reconfigure myself. Alright, deep inhale and a slow exhale. Once again, inhale, arms up, back bend at the top, coming down towards the toes. Stepping back into your plank. You know the drill from here. Following the breath. Downward facing dog. Alright, from here, instead of coming on up, I'm just going to come to hands and knees. Move through a couple of cat-cow rounds here. Inhale towards the sky. Visualize pushing away from the ground here. Really engage your shoulders. Exhale, round. Alright, watch the movement of the spine here. Inhale up, push away from the ground, really active arms. Exhale, round. Okay, so let's get started with our crow pose preparation. So do you remember when we did our downward facing dog a few days ago, and we really worked on spreading the fingers nice and wide. Really get that strong base, the foundation of our pose. So this is our only contact with the ground in this pose, alright? So it's very important. So we're really going to push up, fingers nice and wide. We're not kind of falling in on the wrists. push away from the ground. So just visualise that pushing up. You can see that action there. Alright, as I move the body up. What we're going to do next is just come up here. We're going to do one side at a time to begin with. Alright, so create that little shelf with the elbows. The other thing you can do is actually just get a bolster or a pillow in front of you. It just gives you a little bit of, I suppose, mental steadiness if you have something a cushion in front of you. Because if you don't fall down in this one, you're not doing it right. Okay, you've got to fall down at least 5 times in this one as you're learning it. Alright, because you've got to get that kind of, the point where we feel like we're just about to topple forwards. Alright, so get the hand action right, and all we're going to do is lift up one leg, feel the engagement of the core, lift up the other leg. Alright, do that again, lift up one leg, push away from the ground here, lift up the other leg. Alright, come down and have a rest, come into a squat, opening up through the knees here, use the elbows up to levers. Take a couple of deep breaths. It really takes a lot of, I suppose, raising of the energy in this one. So just take your time if you're just learning this one. And we'll try that again. Create a little shelf with your elbows. Lifting up one leg, tilting forwards a little bit. Lifting up the other leg, tilting that head forward. So really see if you can bring it down to make contact perhaps with the bolster. Let's try that again. Lift up one leg, push away from the ground, tilt that leg forward. And maybe you'll get a little bit of air time with this one. Engage the core. Lift up the other leg. Do that again. Alright, coming down into our squat. Once again. Nice deep breaths. So just visualizing those actions. So we're going to push away from the ground with the hands, lift up the legs, so the toes coming up towards the hips. We're going to lean forward with the head, almost touching the bolster, and engage the core. Alright, so those 4 elements, really important. So we'll try to get a bit of air time now. Alright, hands, toes, head, core. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so coming forwards now with one foot, and then maybe the other one can come up. Alright, even if you're there for only a second, that's absolutely fine. Let's try that again. Bringing one foot up now, coming right up onto the tippy toes of the other foot. Alright, push away from the ground. We even come down with the head onto the bolster, just to get that feeling of it. Alright? Okay, let's try one more time if you can. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Push away from the ground. Tippy toe, head down, engage the core, press up. Okay, and I reckon that's enough for the day. Nice little bit of heat through the body. Let's just wind down now. Just practice that one. Takes a little bit of time. You might have got it really quickly, depending on the strength through your body. But if you're not quite there yet, don't fuss. It does take time. It's a beautiful little one. Nice little show pose, that one too. Okay. So let's bring the arms up above the head. Folding down. Breathing slowly here. Dropping the chest down towards the thighs. Coming on up now. Hands down by the side. I'd like you to come to cow face pose, so bringing the right knee on top of the left and folding on down. Let's change sides now, so stacking the left knee on top of the right now and taking a fold. Okay, slowly coming on up. You've still got your bolster handy. This is a really nice restorative pose to end with. Okay, so placing the bolster at the end or the base of your spine. A cushion will do if you've got one, or you can still do this on the ground as well. Dropping the knees down towards the sides, just relaxing those knees down. And then if you like, you can bring the arms up above the head, stretching out through the shoulders and the chest at the same time. Sides, just push your bolster away, and we'll finish up with that Shavasana now. So completely relaxing down now. You might feel the areas of your body where we really work today. So if you can soften them right down. Shoulders, hips, muscles of the core. Okay, roll towards one side and slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position. Bring the hands to the centre of the chest. Just thanking yourself for your practice today. Namaste. Thanks so much, everyone.